All right. It has been a weekend. It has, man. My goal was to get a whole new computer set up. Let me turn this audio down. Let's turn this music down to almost zero. All right. Yeah, so as anybody may have been following on Twitter, I built a new computer this weekend specifically for this event, specifically for this thing, whatever you want to call it, Shark Week. This thing. I've been having some issues with some stability in my computer, given the demand I've been putting on it for 3D printing, streaming, everything all at once. It's been a lot. So I have built a brand new, crazy fucking computer, fully custom color to go along with my company, RGB for days, or in my printing business, CMYK. But I thought it'd be a good opportunity to do some streaming, chat about 3D printing, raffle off some 3D prints that I'm going to do during the stream. So I've been doing a little bit of that for the last few weeks as testing, but this is where we're going to start getting things going in earnest. So this will be kind of the first test for the week of Shark Week, and then tomorrow night, tune in at 8 o'clock Central Time. I'll have a schedule up by tomorrow on my Twitch page. I'll be streaming this game all week. Now, I've played a little bit of this, but for the sake of Shark Week and for the sake of starting things fresh for anybody who tunes into the stream or anybody who goes on my Twitch and watches the replays or checks it on YouTube when I upload them to YouTube, I am going to start fresh from the beginning and eat some people in honor of Shark Week. So yeah, this new computer has been quite a build. I streamed a little bit of it yesterday.
Meanwhile, aboard the Cajun Queen,
the opening go.
Pierre LeBlanc, known by his fellow anglers as Scaly Pete.
Daddy hunted sharks. I hunt sharks. It's in the blood. There was somebody better at this, you'd be following them, yeah? Oh, people. We got a lot of wrong ideas about sharks. Scientists say we gotta coexist. Now, how you gonna coexist with that shark, huh? Shark just wanna do one thing. That's kill you, eat you, and you are. What I do, I consider a sacred honor. Kill them all if I could. Too bad, ain't but 24 hours to a day.
Shark spotted in Fontic Bayou. Several deaths reported. Shark can be identified by rusty harpoon embedded in flank.
Get out of my way. Got a job to do.
This is an adult bull shark. Fast, fierce, and
So
armed
ridiculous.
quite literally to the teeth. She has little to fear here in the Gulf.
Yes, we can keep the current one settings.
The muscular marvel confidently moves through its watery world.
So I don't know about anybody watching, but I have absolutely loved Shark Week ever since they started doing it on the Discovery Channel. I'm missing out a little bit on watching it right now so that I can bring this to you guys, but I will be catching it on DVR. I mean, to be honest, most of the stuff they show is reruns from previous years of Shark Week or stuff that they generally show during the year. You know what? I'm going to turn on closed captions. Oh, fuck balls. Well, that was a rookie mistake. Let's just pretend I didn't do that. Subtitles are on. Boy. That was real dumb. real dumb. Well, so some of my favorite Shark Week stuff was when Mythbusters was still around. Very tragic loss of Grant Imahara this year. But some of the robotic shark stuff they did, and some of the shark stuff they did in general on that show was just very cool. Who doesn't love when they put stuff from Jaws to the test?
Exhibiting behavior more common to a thresher shark, this bull makes creative use of her powerful tail.
Yeah, my crazy weekend computer build. You know, wait till we get some viewers. In the interim, I'll just keep talking about Shark Week and what this channel is gonna be on repeat until we get some peoples. Oh man, crazy new setup. Playing this game with all the settings maxed and streaming, my CPU usage is under 10%. Hot damn.
A shark fin is a sinister reminder to humans that the ocean remains a wild and untamed domain. The bull performs an acrobatic feat worthy of an orca, cruelly imprisoned and put on display in a marine park stunt show.
Tasty humans.
The big fish plunges to the ocean below. The bull's speed is astounding for a large marine predator.
I just realized, I don't know if my Twitter account actually has my... It does. My Twitch page.
A breaching shark is a rare, calorie-intensive spectacle.
Ooh, it's one of those invisible seawalls. Gotta love those. Let's turn the music up. Shork. shark? Time to eat some humans. Why are so many of them on land? Oh, here we go.
While it is well known that sharks feed on mollusks, fish, and seals, less discussed is their propensity to feed on people.
Get you, human. More.
As far back as Ford, it must be emphasized that this sort of targeted violence is quite unusual for a shark.
Uh-oh.
That shark is a good wet on their nose. Go get him, Chan. How you doing there, shark?
It's time for the shark to return to the land.
Got Chan. Kenny, knock him down, partner.
I'll take timer. Get out of here. Where are we at?
She putting up a fight for sure. Jerry, you got this one. She's sure making a lot of splashes.
Ow. Alright, you.
I ain't playing no more. Catch me this shark myself.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Stinky Pete. Or Scaly
She
Pete.
gonna make
Yeah, 6 and 1.
man of these.
I don't know why I pulled that microphone out. I don't even
Got us
need
some
it.
dinner coming.
I got this fancy mic.
Let's get her up on deck, huh?
On board the Cajun Queen, Scaly Pete looks over the catch of the day.
Yeah, it's my daddy's iron, all right. But this ain't the shark. Not the one I was looking for.
How do you know?
How I know? Not big enough. This look like a mega to you. He's on. Hello! How your mama in there?
Whoa! But why'd you do that?
So I can identify her. Next time I see her. When I spear her.
The tiny pup responds with an instinct for survival.
Shouldn't have done that.
Camera.
I love how they have this set up like it's a Discovery Channel show. Chris Parnell being the voiceover for this really kind of sells the whole thing. Grotesque.
A famous
Eat
big
that
game
hand.
hunter once posited that after an animal had tasted human flesh, it forsakes its natural prey in a deadly single-minded search for the most dangerous game.
I am gonna get some water. I will be right back. Let's see what the... Alright, I'll be right back. You can watch the 3D print. All right. Alright, let's get back at it. Let's eat some people. Let's kill some stuff. Remember, if you've got any questions, if anybody's tuning in and wants to ask questions about 3D printing, entrepreneurship, sharks, can't promise that I actually can tell you anything about sharks other than what little I know from...
Remember, when planning a cemetery, try to avoid high-risk coastal areas.
And from Shark Week. But I'll do my best. I should, by the end of Shark Week next weekend, have all of this finished. One would hope.
Over the course of a bull shark's life, it will ingest
mutagenic.
quite a broad assortment of flotsam and jetsam.
Now, the hardest thing for me about streaming a PC game is the fact that I have an ultra-wide monitor, and it's only going to get crazier. I was hoping to have the new monitor set up by this stream, but Samsung had other ideas. That's okay.
The grotto provides a brief respite from the Sturm und Drang of the Gulf.
Alright, can we evolve at all? Get that radar.
Exhibiting behavior more common to whales and dolphins, this shark is able to use biosonar to locate potential prey.
What I gotta do? Musky business. Catfish fever. I had a coworker that used to fish for muskies. Let's go with some catfish. I don't think these catfish count. It's a big fucking catfish though. That's a giant alligator. Let's not deal with that if we can avoid it. Whoa! Shit, spot. Ow. Goddamn alligator. Damn alligator, get my hand off.
The overhunting of Baltic's keystone predators has led to a superabundance of catfish, which is just fine by local bully Rosie the alligator.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Uh-oh. Did my print screw up? Let's go check it. Okay, so that print is garbage. Well, this stream's gonna be pretty low key then. I'm gonna play for another hour or so, and then we'll pick this up tomorrow proper with a actual successful print.
The overhunting of Fawtick's keystone predators has led to a superabundance of catfish, which is just fine by local bully Rosie the alligator.
But thankfully, I've at least got this one up. So what happened with that 3D print, for anybody who cares to know and is watching it as it slowly aborts that print, is I forgot to turn on adhesion, and it just had such a small surface area for a couple of those pieces that it decided to slide on over and not stick to the build plate. Now, I try to avoid adhesion on some of my prints, which is why it was turned off, because it's kind of a pain in the ass to cut the brim off. But, I mean, honestly, between having a proper print and having the brim be on, it's probably better that I leave the brim on and just deal with it afterwards. What am I dealing with? Musklings and a muskie. Get him! Get him!
The muskellunge, or muskie, is a freshwater fish currently found throughout the Great Lakes region, so I have no idea what it's doing here.
And let me tell you, if you ever have a can of compressed air, do not turn it upside down, because that flavor profile of whatever Freon or whatever's in there, it is something awful. You just cannot get rid of it. Gross. Whew. I guess I will tell the tale of the computer powering this, since it doesn't look like anybody's tuning in just yet, except for a couple people. Oh, look at that sad shark. It looks like it's totally fucked up. So I went out to build a gaming rig that was capable of doing my pretty computationally intense day job work, which for those of you who do not know, is that I own and operate a 3D print shop, service bureau that specializes in full color 3D printing, which means a lot of the models that I have to deal with to print, we have to hollow, which is computationally intensive, are very large, which is computationally intensive, and then we have to configure them in our build volume so that they are optimized for printing. Now that also is computationally intensive. RAM intensive, processor intensive, everything intensive. So one of the things that we'll be doing on this channel in the future is I'll be hopefully showing people how to optimize and do some colorized 3D modeling that is ready to 3D print. But between wanting to show everybody that, streaming, gaming, all of that, and 3D printing here locally on my machine, which I'm printing on an Ultimaker S5, the computer that I had, which was 4 or 5 years old, and I had, upgraded bits and pieces over the years, was just not up to the task anymore. I mean, I had a 2080 Ti in there, an overclocked version. I had 64 gigs of RAM in the machine, which is not really helpful for gaming, but very helpful for the work that I do. But it was still choking. It was bottlenecked by the CPU, which was an i7 6700K, I believe. So fairly old. So when looking at upgrading a processor, that's always the most dangerous part of any sort of PC build. You look at the processor, and then you need a new motherboard, and the whole thing goes downhill from there. So I thought I could upgrade the processor to something decent, since the chipset in Intel hasn't changed, but it's been so long since I even really looked into upgrading my computer that I apparently could not update my processor without needing to update my motherboard. And then I figured if I'm going to update my processor and my motherboard, well, I might as well get the new chipset, the new 10th generation Intel, because I don't want to bottleneck myself in the future and not be able to upgrade any further than that motherboard and processor combination would allow. So that turned into trying to track down one of the new 10th gen i9 10900Ks. Not easy, given that there is a pandemic going around, so there's quite a bit of PC purchasing going on for people working at home. Not to mention that it's a brand new chipset, so there's not a lot of them out in the market, and Intel, I believe, has had some issues with the yields on those chipsets. So I had to resort to eBay for that. Bought a new motherboard off Amazon, and I started thinking about what can I do that's really extreme to showcase some really cool colors, since that's kind of what my business is focused on my PC. What can I showcase? What can I do to help improve my workflow? And I found out about this Corsair case, which is monstrous, the 1000D. For those of you who don't know anything about it, which I'm guessing is most of you, it is a case that is so big it can house 2 full computers. So ultimately, that's going to be my goal. I'm going to have 2 full computers in this case. One that's dedicated to gaming, streaming, and one that is going to be primarily a workstation computer. So that's the computer that I built for this, which I kind of figured would be the lowest common denominator, best of all worlds, is a Intel 10th gen i9 10900K on a Asus Maximus 12 Formula motherboard, fully water cooled, in a Corsair 1000D case. I've got 64 gigs of RAM in there now. I'll have 128 gigs of RAM in there tomorrow. I got 3 SSDs, 1 NV.2 that I'm booting off of, 4x1
The shark's
with
life
RGB.
expectancy is
The case
at
itself,
max,
the computer
which is a
itself,
shame,
has
as
a
we're
lot of
all hoping for
RGB.
a
24
second season.
fans, LED light strips, RGB power supply cables, you name it, it's in there. There's a video of it up on my Twitter that I posted just before going live with this stream. I may share some clips of me putting it together or some video of it on the stream later this week. Actually, I probably will, given that I built the thing for this week to start things off. But I think the workstation is going to be a Ryzen chipset. More cores, more threads, more things to be done. Now that's got to go on an ITX motherboard with a SFX power supply, so it's not a full-fledged ATX or EATX motherboard that I can fit in there along with the rig that I'm already running. But not bad for being able to run 2 full machines inside one box. The downside is the case, which I originally ordered from Corsair directly, because it's such a hard case to find, arrived on Thursday, or at least was supposed to arrive on Thursday of last week, and UPS refused to deliver it because there was shattered glass all over the area of the box. Now, my guess is something in there caused the tempered glass to shatter. And because of that, well, they just wouldn't deliver it to me. And that set me off on a trek to find a replacement. That was no easy task. I had to drive all the way to Detroit, I'm in Chicago, to get a replacement so that I could have this computer built and ready to go and start streaming here on Shark Week. So I woke up at the ass crack of dawn on Friday morning, 4 a.m., dragged my poor girlfriend with me all the way to Detroit. She was a real trooper, kept me company the whole way, but we basically did a 9.5, 10-hour drive there, turn around, get the case, come back, finish a day of work, get all the components ready to go, and build the machine starting yesterday. Machine took a little bit more time and effort than I thought I was going to take to build. I was really kind of hoping that I'd have this thing done in record time. But man, putting 24 fans in a case, that's takes a long time. It's a really long time. And I also made the mistake of thinking that I could hard line the water cooling loop on here, having never done it before, and only buying exactly enough tubing to do the job, which was also a mistake because I ran out of tubing and screwed up enough of the piping that I didn't have any left. So I had to go back out to Micro Center, get more tubing, I ended up completing 2 sections of it with hardline, and then 3 sections I just did soft tubing because I got fed up and I needed to get this machine up and running. But the rest of the build went pretty smooth. I mean, everything swapped over from my old computer, turned on right away. I'm on it right now, singing its praises as it's still clocking in at just over 12% GPU or CPU. And hopefully it just leads to better streams, better content, better everything for everybody as I keep doing this this 3D printing streaming experiment.
A local critic once wrote that Amos Beauregard was the Rodin of the Bayou. But Beauregard was functionally illiterate and had no idea who Rodin was.
I've done this before, but I really don't remember what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
The bull shark will eat just about anything.
I'm trying to reach the new... Uh-oh. I'm gonna drown! I'm gonna drown!
The sea wolf remains acutely aware of anything that might constitute food.
Ow! Ow, ow, alligator. Get out of here. Oh, don't eat me.
Someone should have taken a gun safety class.
Oh my god, that's fucked up. Alright, how do I get away from this alligator? Can an alligator probably follow me across land?
It's essential that the shark returns to the water.
What am I supposed to be doing? Reach. Oh, I gotta hit teenager. That's what I'm doing. Alright. So I am just kind of meandering around and grabbing stuff and eating stuff and killing stuff. Oh, man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get out of here, alligator. Oh, I have an upgrade. I probably can hit teenager already. Let's get this chest and then let's go for it. Let's go for it. Giddy up.
A shark is never one to pass up a fat fiesta.
I think, yeah, I think that's true. I think Shark Week,
Shark
I think
is now
Discovery
a
Channel can verify
and
that
we should
that's
expect much
exactly how
angst,
sharks grow.
ennui, and poor decision making.
You just do a little dance and get bigger. Third cave pessimism. Visit the dead lake. Rattle. Well, that's not how I play games. I typically do as much as I can in an area before I can't do no more. So I'm gonna explore the shit out of this place and get all these signposts.
I have one of those new pop-up tub stoppers at home. And let me tell you, those things are just a magnet for hair and debris.
Fuck. Damn alligator. Bit my tail off.
The bull shark demonstrates the importance of getting enough minerals in her diet.
Get away from me. Those alligators are such a fucking pain in the ass. Crocodile, yo. Alright, let's see what I can unlock from here. I'm gonna be wrapping the stream up in just a little bit. Oh, fuck that. That, that alligator will rip me in half. Look at all those frogs jumping around, just ready to be eaten. Actually, I don't think I can eat frogs. Just kind of silly.
These scavengers of the sea are vital in cleaning the ocean floors of edible and semi-edible detritus.
Detritus. I just drove to Detritus. That was so terrible. It hurt my brain.
The solitary hunter stumbles upon another source of nourishment.
Come on. Wanna dance? Let's dance. Come on. I wonder what this plays like with a controller.
I used to buy Sunshine sunscreen until I read it contains 7 hormone-disrupting chemicals and palm oil.
Wow, I can't believe I was able to hit that.
Groupers are capable of absorbing extreme amounts of water in their attempts to suck up prey.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Remember, if you find yourself hard aground, the best thing to do is stay with your canoe and die the death of an honorable seaman.
Can I get this one? That one has to wait a while until I am a much more powerful shark. Oh boy. Get on there.
Sometimes even sharks just need to dirty bone.
How did I get through here? I don't have a shark that has an awareness of a map. Do not wish to meet said shark. Is that thing above or below? Another license plate. That is another license plate, I believe. But one that I think I can actually... Oh shit. Oh, come on, get back to the water. Get back to the water. Woo! Get this one too. Maybe not. Maybe in a few more levels.
Quite a strange conglomeration of stuff will end up in the stomachs of sharks.
Detritus. All right.
The Gulf is filled with creatures both foreign and familiar.
Alright, we're gonna call it quits for the night. But I will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time for at least 2 hours. We're gonna get that 3D print going so you guys can have a chance to win a shark. Hopefully we'll have some more viewers because I am going to do some legwork tomorrow morning to get the word out. So you might hear some of the same stuff tomorrow since I might actually have an audience. And until then, I will see you all next time. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow.